Today we're going to analyze how to introduce BlaBlaCar from Spain to the United States. First, let's look at the history of BlaBlaCar. It was around Christmas in 2003 when Frederic Mazzello was stuck in Paris and unable to get home to his family in Vendy, France for the holidays. This is when he resorted to asking his sister to come pick him up. During the car ride home, he noticed how many cars that they were passing that were also traveling home for the holidays and had various empty seats. This is when the idea of a people-powered travel network was born. Between 2006 and 2007, Fred met and hired the two other co-founders, Francis Napez and Nicolas Brisson. In 2008, their company had 100,000 members and counting. By 2014, BlaBlaCar had become the global leader in long-distance carpooling. Through various fundraising events and by joining forces with many companies, today BlaBlaCar is bringing together more than 10 million riders in 18 countries. Next, let's take a look at the marketing mix in the United States. The product is BlaBlaCar, which is a carpooling service that is popular in Europe and has not entered the market in the United States. Although there are other car transportation business models, none of them are long-distance carpooling. In reference to place, we will be able to sell ride shares on the already existing app and through their website. BlaBlaCar employees will be able to use their own vehicles as long as they follow the company's regulation, which will save costs and ensure an easy transition. With promotion, we will be able to advertise on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Another form of promotion includes word of mouth. Since most people drive in the U.S., you could post billboards along streets and highways. Keeping in mind price, we will keep the price around what it normally costs so customers don't get upset when the price would rise. However, we will have promotions, deals, and new customers will receive discounts. Now let's take a look at the marketing mix in Spain. The product is BlaBlaCar, a carpooling company used by many throughout Europe, and it is the main long-distance carpooling company available in Spain. The company's home country is France, but it hit the streets of Spain in late 2009. In reference to place, the purchasing of a rideshare is fairly simple through their app or online website. With promotion, although there are other car transportation companies in Spain like Uber and Cabify, BlaBlaCar is very popular and known from online ads and word of mouth, although they also market themselves on the occasional television spots. With price, the cost of a rideshare depends on the driver's discretion, the distance, and the amount of gas being used for the trip. Although these are reasonable prices and with more people it does cost less. Now let's take a look at a television ad for the UK in June and July of 2015.
Feeling a fool paying for fuel? Use the ride-sharing app BlaBlaCar. Just enter your journey details, the fuel contribution you want from passengers, and offer a ride. Your journey has additional insurance cover by AXA free of charge.
BlaBlaCar.
For example, driving from Manchester to London with 3 passengers, you receive £45. Start saving today. Download the free app now.
BlaBlaCar, BlaBlaCar.
Now let's learn about the target audience in the United States. The target audience for BlaBlaCar is people of all ages and all incomes, preferably no small children alone. The target audience would include those in the upper-lower class and the lower middle class. The target audience can be from all incomes because the rides vary in prices depending on distance, time, resources used, and the amount of passengers. People can choose a ride depending on the price if needed. A good example in the United States would be out-of-state college students. Around the holidays, many of the out-of-state college students live on campus and don't need cars, thus it is difficult for them to get home for the holidays. BlaBlaCar would provide long-distance transportation for these students traveling home for the holidays. In comparison to the target audience in the United States, the target audience in Spain is similar to the US in the way that despite typical age or gender of users, the market is of all ages, genders, and incomes. The company has over 10 million users in 18 markets that it is operating in, and it says that Spain is its third largest market behind France and Germany. Although it is unclear how many of those 10 million users are from Spain directly, BlaBlaCar has stated that throughout the years, its user base in the country has doubled or tripled during different years. Some other interesting numbers include 58% of users are male, while 42% are female, 50% of its users are the age of 29 or younger, and most trips are over 300 kilometers long, which reinforces the idea that BlaBlaCar is mostly used for long-distance travel. Now let's take a look at an advertisement for BlaBlaCar in Spain published in November of 2012.
Coche con BlaBlaCar. Es mucho más divertido, ecológico. Y además le permite ahorrar los gastos del viaje con otros pasajeros que van al mismo destino. Cada vez que Alex visita a su familia los fines de semana, utiliza BlaBlaCar para publicar sus viajes, escoger sus preferencias. BlaBlaCar incluso le ayuda a fijar el precio de cada asiento. Kitty estudia, Tony es arquitecto y Javier profesor. Los tres quieren hacer el mismo viaje, pero sus opciones son limitadas y cada vez son más caras, sobre todo en el último minuto. Con BlaBlaCar los tres encuentran rápidamente conductores y con las opiniones de otros usuarios eligen su coche y simplemente reservan un sitio. En el viaje, Alex comparte su pasión por el jazz, Kitty cuenta su último viaje y Tony comparte sus galletas. Mientras tanto, Javier decide echarse una siesta. Ya en casa valoran a sus compañeros, reviven la experiencia y esperan con ganas el próximo viaje con BlaBlaCar. Gracias a BlaBlaCar, Alex ahorra mucho dinero en sus viajes. Igual que Marta, que viaja a un festival para encontrarse con varios amigos. Miguel y Ana, que visitan a menudo a sus hijos.
Isa, que se reúne con un cliente.
BlaBlaCar es una nueva e ilimitada forma de viajar. ¿Y tú, cómo te mueves? BlaBlaCar.
Next, let's take a look at competitors in the United States. There aren't many large carpooling services in the United States that BlaBlaCar will need to compete with. Some smaller city-based companies include Karma, Sidecar, and Joyride. The primary competitor that they will need to worry about in the United States will be Carpool World, who is available in at least 18 states and a few other countries in the world. Although Carpool World is currently running the carpooling market in the US, they are not typically known for long-distance carpooling like BlaBlaCar. It may be difficult, but not impossible to compete with Carpool World. An example of BlaBlaCar going against previous competition was when they were expanding into Germany. In this situation, they had to go up against the long-standing carpooling service called carpooling.com and have been successful thus far, showing that they stand a chance against already established businesses. Here are a few examples of competitors in the United States that BlaBlaCar would be going up against. On the top left corner, we have Uber. On the bottom left corner, we have carpooling.com. And on the right half of the slide, we have Lyft. Now let's compare the competitors in the United States to the competitors in Spain. Although there are a few well-established or semi-large carpooling companies throughout Europe, like carpooling.com from Germany and AutoHop from Hungary, there are not many in Spain. However, the American car service company Uber has expanded throughout various countries in the world, including Spain. Even though Uber is not in every city in Spain, it is used in numerous cities like Madrid, Barcelona, Granada, and many others. BlaBlaCar is the main short and long-distance carpooling service in Spain, but a few competitors they have to deal with are Uber and other transportation options like buses, trains, and cars. This next graph shows BlaBlaCar's user growth in Europe from 2009 to 2014. It shows that by 2014 they had reached 9 million users. Now let's recap on whether or not BlaBlaCar would be successful in the United States. I believe that any day of the week, any month of the year would be fine to introduce this business into the mix. However, it could possibly get more use if introduced during sporting season or the holidays when people are trying to make it to games or home to see their families. With the ease of drivers being able to use their own cars, it just makes the process that much simpler. The key would be to be consistent with their expansion strategies from the past, as these have paved the way for where their business is today.